Another Fox News alert to tell you about now, because there is growing concern over ISIS and terror as police in London announced that they've just arrested 4 more suspected terrorists in raids across that city today. Scotland Yard saying the suspects, all men, all in their early 20s. Right now they're in custody. They are being questioned, and police are searching their homes and their cars in what they're calling an ongoing investigation into Islamic-related terrorism. Con Coughlin is the defense editor for The Telegraph, and he is my guest. Great to see you, Con. I know that you have just received new details from Scotland Yard about what these 4 people may have been up to. What have you learned?
Hi, Gretchen. Good to be with you. Well, this is a breaking story here in London, but the material that we have from Scotland Yard and the intelligence services is that they have uncovered the first ISIS plot here in the UK, basically British jihadists coming back to London and wanting to carry out a plot, and I'm told that the plot was to behead people on the streets of London. You may remember just over a year ago, a British soldier was beheaded in daylight by an Islamic fanatic.
Yes.
What I'm told about this plot is this group that had recently come back from Syria was planning to carry out beheadings, I say plural, on the streets of London in the next few days or so, and this plot has been disrupted. As I said, Gretchen, it's early days. We don't have all the details yet, but that's how it's shaping up at this very moment.
Well, that's startling, because of course that would set a whole new tone in ISIS coming to Western nations. But let me ask you this: how did the police there, how did Scotland Yard break this up just in time?
Well, clearly, there's a lot of intelligence activity. The Americans and the British and other allies are watching the activities of ISIS people on the ground in Syria and Iraq, watching their movements, and clearly they believe, and of course they've just been arrested, no charges yet, but the intelligence services believe that these people who they've clearly tracked coming back from the Middle East were intent on carrying out this kind of atrocity. Mm-hmm. And you may remember a few weeks ago, or perhaps a couple of weeks ago now, a similar plot was disrupted in Australia. There a group of people were detained before they were due to carry out beheadings on the streets of Australia. So clearly the ISIS fanatics want to carry out beheadings, whether it's on the ground in Syria and Iraq with American and British hostages, or they want to carry out these atrocities on the streets of civilized cities like London. So, this is the threat we're dealing with.
I want to be clear on this. So these 4 young men, they're all 20, 21 years old. They are British citizens who then traveled to Syria and then came back into the country. So didn't Prime Minister David Cameron put a hold on people being able to travel to Syria and come back in? And most importantly, are they actually British citizens?
Well, as I say, it's early stages in this investigation, but they are, as far as I understand, they're British. Precisely what their travel movements have been, we don't know yet. Of course, anybody that is suspected of having gone to Syria to commit jihad, as they call it, would be apprehended on the way back. We don't know precisely how they came back, whether they're acting on orders from Syria or else. But what I'm told is that this is an ISIS plot, and this is the first ISIS plot we've had on the streets of London. And these 4 young men were detained at dawn this morning, and a lot of incriminating evidence has been seized with them. One of them was tasered during the arrest, so they clearly put up a struggle. But as I say, we just really have to watch the space, Gretchen, because this is a breaking story over here.
Yeah, breaking news from Con Coughlin saying that the 4 young men arrested in Great Britain just within the last couple of hours may have had a plan to behead people on the streets of London, bringing this war on terror to a whole new level, potentially. Con Coughlin, thank you for your time and your information.
Pleasure, Gretchen. Good to be with you.